And these aren't simple little fireworks. Investigators show what they found inside a homemade explosives factory.
Good evening. State police have now blown up the last batch of those explosives found inside that personal laboratory just east of Albuquerque.
The man who made the explosives stored them on his property, much to the surprise and shock of his neighbors. News 13 Scott Daniels is live in the Newsplex. Scott?
Dick and Diane, his collection of explosives was so large that it filled 2 large storage sheds as well as a lab. Dangerous chemicals and hybrid experimental explosives. These pictures of inside David O'Keefe's explosives factory shows just how precise he was. O'Keefe had been a scientist for most of his life, working at Sandia Labs, where he specialized in high-powered explosives. This is his picture the lab gave us from 1968. O'Keefe passed away in November and left behind a startling surprise for his landlord inside these buildings south of Estancia. The landlord called the Torrance County Sheriff's Department Friday morning after walking into all of this.
When you walk in there and see those type of chemicals in that quantity with that type of finished product, it makes you think a little quicker.
Sheriff Heath White called the state police bomb squad, the FBI, ATF, and the National Guard to help defuse the situation. They couldn't determine what the chemicals they were dealing with were capable of, so they made neighbors evacuate as a precaution. They've spent the past 4 days disarming the explosives. O'Keefe's family was reluctant to go on camera, but his sister spoke highly of him, calling him a man of strong character and intellect. She knew of O'Keefe's hobby before he died, saying he would never cause harm to anyone. He just liked to tinker. His neighbors, though, had no idea what he'd been doing.
It's not a safe place anymore to live.
Neither did the authorities. O'Keefe was a quiet man, according to his sister, and pretty much kept to himself. There was no evidence that he ever tested his explosive creations in the area.
Our best guess is that he was still doing what he enjoyed.
Torrance County Sheriff Heath White said O'Keefe's family has been very cooperative throughout the investigation.
All right, Scott, the Sheriff's Department said if O'Keefe had lived, he would not face any criminal charges, but he would probably have had to pay fines and pay the cost of disposing of those explosives.